Hey, man, say, man, it's the kid that did, man. The pastor, the master that made the bread come faster from here to Alaska. Just faster than Flasher. Sauce Walker, the sauce talker, man. The kid that did. The reason why the sauce word was written, not the kid that didn't. And right now, I just jumped off the porch with dirty glove bastards. Yeah! Get kid.
Hit the head over in the rented slingshot. If it need.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We right back at it, y'all. DGB Special Edition, live in H-Town at an undisclosed location. We got the one and only Sauce Walker jumping off the porch with us today. What's up, bruh?
Oi, what's dripping? How y'all living? What's going down, my brother?
Ah, man, everything's great, bro. Everything's great, man. It's a pleasure having you. You know what I mean? And appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, like welcoming us with open arms, you know, down here in Houston.
Welcome to Splash Town.
Yes, sir.
It's always a treat when players meet. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now. You already know.
Show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, we was at the show last night. You did the Spotify Most Necessary show. That was crazy. The city was
dope.
You know, the city was like turned up for you. Like the energy was just crazy last night. And, you know, being here in Texas, being here in Houston to like really see it in person, it was just on a whole nother level, man.
Yeah, it's a little different than Instagram when you come see it in real life. We call it salsa mania.
Yeah, man, I had to have the building shaking.
Fantastic.
You know what I'm saying? Can you talk about just the feeling of, you know, being embraced by the city, you know, from you putting in so much work and representing the city so tough?
And so fucking well. It's a great feeling, it's humbling, but you know, at the same time too, heavier is the shoulders of the king who wears the crown. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it gets frustrating, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want when you understand the demographic and you understand the playing field in which you're up against, and you see how much more engagement and more encouragement and more cultural representation that certain places have, such as New York or Louisiana or, you know what I'm saying, California. Like, for me to see those certain cities or certain places have such rich culture, like how Texas and Houston has rich culture, but they wouldn't fight for their culture. You know what I'm saying? It kind of irritates me every time to see my city or my state not fight for our culture the way that we should, but that's kind of what, like, you know, make me who I am and, you know, give me the grace and give me the position that I have in Texas, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm like the gatekeeper now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I vocalize, visualize, I do whatever it is to, you know, make a person respect and appreciate Texas for what it was and what it is right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's beautiful though. I love it.
Word. And what do you mean when you say, you know what I'm saying, like other artists aren't, you know what I'm saying, like really...
To be honest with you, it's like, at this point, I don't even really just blame the artists anymore. I really blame like the city. I blame like the people. Like, it's bigger than the artists, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, artists do what they do. Artists try, certain artists understand creating and, you know what I'm saying, resurfacing things that were old and making a new song. Don't.
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, a person from Louisiana is not only gonna argue with you about what jugging is. What is it called? Jugging?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Jugging? Juking or jugging?
Well,
jigging. There you go, jig. That's the word, jigging. Okay, like Louisiana people say jig, Texas people say jig. You know what I'm saying? Like, we use the term for different styles of dances, but then, you know, it's other words for the Texas dances where outside of jigging, you know, boogieing, swagging, you know what I'm saying, the wall, whatever, but all of those different moves still fall up under the column of jigging.
Yeah.
But you let you tell a person from Louisiana that that's jigging, and they're gonna argue the difference, tell you, no, it ain't jigging, it's this. Or if you, production-wise, like a lot of the Louisiana artists rap on Louisiana style beats. You know, even if the subject matter is like subject matter from whatever, about whatever, if everybody rapping about the same shit, they generally only rap on, you know, Louisiana style beats, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have that,
right.
all that other type of shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those things matter. it matters when you bottling up artists or you bottling up a product and you preparing it and packaging it for sale or for the youth. This is how you get everybody from the East Coast in the world want to get sturdy and want to kick their legs and jump up and down on their knees, because the culture and the lingo and the lifestyle that surface around that style of music and that beat pattern of drill music and shit like that, it has become a way of life for people in New York, period.
Yeah.
And I feel that opens up a whole different type of playing field and a whole different type of window of opportunity and money and reoccurring like festivities and companies that want to come try to leech off of the momentum that's going on in your city. Just like something simple as like motion, like everybody's saying motion and shit right now. Like Houston has always been a place that we always had our own lingo, our own conversation, our own style, our own essence. And I feel that like due to like social media or like past 10 years of like Texas not having prominent, dominant artists in the rap game outside of like, you know, since my generation has come, like people kind of lost their way with it. Like a New York person that never stopped talking like a New York person, a person from Louisiana never stopped talking like a California, same thing. Yeah. You'll meet a motherfucker from Houston and you'll be talking to them and something, you don't know if they from fucking Chicago, Memphis, Atlanta. Yeah. Just depending on how that person feel or what they like the most. Wow. That shit be bothering me.
Yeah. So you think that like during the time that like the spotlight wasn't on the city, that like people kind of
got watered down and stopped being ashamed of where they was from.
Got you. Almost like pull influences from other places.
Yeah, when it's crazy because everybody putting their influences from us.
Right, right.
Everybody want to sip drink like Houston. They want to have double cups like Houston. They want to be in the same strip club lifestyle. Absolutely. The big booty girls like us, Beyonce and all that. Yeah. Like shit is like regular shit to Houston people, the food, like everybody around, the jewelry, the permanent diamond teeth, like I go on forever, slowed up music, whatever.
Definitely the screwed up hooks, like all that you
the
hearing.
swangers, you know what I'm saying? Like we got so much rich culture like that people from Texas and Houston don't like to stand up for or like to like represent anymore. That shit weird. Yeah, yeah. But like again, people don't realize like how much people so scared to be different now in this day and age. Everybody want to be like somebody else. Everybody want to be like what they feel is hot on the internet or what they feel is live. But then people don't see something like that young kid who came out with that song that had the haircut, the 2 a.m.
Oh yeah,
Okay, that's a shag.
Yeah.
With no discredit to the young man, his song and his talent, and you know what I'm saying, that was a very catchy song. Right. But from the social media aspect of it, from the TikTok aspect of it, from the momentum that was created from the viral moment of him rapping in that microphone with that haircut, that's really catapulted that song and him to a whole different place. Right. Because he, at the time, before he seen the reaction of the world to it, probably wasn't afraid of what people gonna say about the way his hair looked, because that's, in his mind, was his thing, that's his style, whatever. Well, in Texas, that's like a everyday household style to wear a shag.
Yeah. Big tuck.
So big tuck, Beezy, Trap, 1,000 people, Tum Tum. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just imagine how many artists from Texas or from Dallas that, they probably would have got the backlash, or people would have been saying, making fun of their hairstyle. They would have been a viral moment about them. People strapping shit to the back of their head to their song, but you still would have blew up. Yeah. You still would have stood out. You still would have been different. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the first time somebody seen a dreadlock that's the size of a damn soda can, they didn't think that was normal. Right, right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But once everybody started wearing wigs in their head, and Florida made it a cultural thing that like, this is who we are, this is how we identify ourselves. Yeah. Now, a Jewish ominous white kid can put wigs in his head and become a rap star. Right. Because you representing where you're from, even though you different, even though you white, even though you Jewish, even though you these other things that doesn't necessarily fall within the everyday repertoire of a street person or a person that's from the hood. The street and the hood and the ghetto and the people that's from the struggle can still accept you and relate you, because people still see a form of themselves in that person. Yeah. And they feel like you rep. Same thing like Paul Wall for us. Paul Wall is one of us. He a legend. He really there. There's nothing. he a million% authentic.
Yeah.
That's really who he is. But the thing about it is, he still is a unconscious representation of what a Houstonian is. That's from the ghettos, the South Side, South Park, or the North Side of Houston. You know what I'm saying? This from public housing. You know what I'm saying? That's, feel me?
Right,
he just
right.
White.
Like that's normal. Like a cat
That's
like
normal.
him is, yeah. I know
That's normal shit.
Yeah.
But the fact that he wasn't afraid to be different, but still be actually who you are and where you from. Riff Raff, same difference.
Yeah.
Look at Riff Raff, like superstar, millionaire, rich. But he really like that. That's who he really is. So,
Yeah.
man, like, I just don't be. I feel like we. I feel like Texas lose a lot for not being prideful of like what we have and what we have done and what we've created and like what we just bring to the hip hop industry itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, I'm from Chicago too. I was born in Chicago. I was born in Houston, but I was like raised back and forth in Chicago. And like, for me to like seeing Chicago come from the crucial conflict days to what's going on right now.
Right.
And to see like how they never, no matter, from back then, it was like everybody called each other Joe or Chief.
Yeah.
Joe, Mo, Chief, Lord, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now it's folks and them and gang.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? But people have took gang and put it on t-shirts and cups and cereal boxes and jackets and made multi-million-dollar companies off of a phrase.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Folks and them or whatever, just anything. Just people gotta realize that the things you say in today's age is a product.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you say is a product. What you say can be made into a tangible item that could be sold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether it's on a sticker, whether it's on a NFT.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that'd be like an extra cultural strength, an extra cultural benefit that Texas has always had in the past that we don't necessarily have right now, because it's not common for a person from Texas to identify themselves like that in music. People from Texas kind of just want to make music.
Yeah. So that makes sense then why you go so hard to represent Texas, represent Houston, make sure folks know that you from here, so they understand like that, you know, that you move in the culture, you know what I'm saying, and the culture of what represents Houston.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I don't complain about it from my standpoint, because again, me doing what my due diligence and dissecting the culture and understanding like, okay, we used to have candy paint dripping on the slab, syrup dripping out the cup. Okay, we're gonna make sauce drip. Yeah. We're gonna drip sauce. Everybody don't have the mental capacity to create that, to do something like that. Like whoever the first person in New York to say, you know my body or whatever the fuck, or you know what I'm saying, is lit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. New York, some shit, sturdy,
right. Just represent
whatever.
Culture, yeah.
Everybody don't have the mental capacity to create something that stick and then continue to train your brain to say it and make other people say it. Yeah. So I get that, but at the same time, when you from a place that already has so much of that around, and you don't just, you rather hate on it because somebody else made it up or because it didn't come from your group. Yeah. Like that's the difference about like Houston and Texas. Texas is a beautiful place, but we got a lot of self-hatred for each other. So you know what I'm saying? Like if everybody in Georgia is saying y'all know what the fuck going on, the next group of people that's from the other side of Georgia ain't finna be like, we ain't saying that lame ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's gonna become a part of our dialogue every day. Yeah. Cat me down. Yeah, I'm gonna put you down. Cat me down. Ooh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That becomes a part of everyday. People in Houston and Texas make up shit like that all the time, but we don't like ride for it. We don't like continue to. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? And then when you see a motherfucker in New York that's performing on the Madison Square Garden for the New York Knicks or the Brooklyn on the New York Knicks or the Brooklyn Mets or Nets, whatever the nigga's name is, whatever. But they got a whole dance team or whatever, like that's from the city that's doing the dances from that city, or from Philadelphia. They doing the I Wanna Rock shit, like like Lil Uzi Vert wasn't the first person that made that up, but it's from his city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense for them to come together and him do music with them and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they build off of that.
Yeah.
So I feel like we just lose as a whole when people don't support. So it's like, for me, I reap all the benefits from being the main person that do it, and I never lose relevancy because everybody know like Walka's Texas or Walk like the flagship of Texas, a hidden representation of Texas, that's Texas or whatever. But
I mean, shit, you are the Texas Cyclone.
For sure. And that's love, that's dope. But I still prefer more motherfuckers to represent this shit with me, so it makes it the things that I do easier to have the balance and to be reciprocated by the world because everybody is doing it. And then when somebody else brings something else to it, to the Texas culture, then we use that as well. And you know what I'm saying? We just start building off of it, recycling and rebuilding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit turn into business.
Yeah, nah, that's real. That's real. So man, where did the creativity and the individuality, like, have you always been like that? Was that something that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like as a young kid, like you was always like just putting words together, just being creative, doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been different my whole life. I've been through a lot. I seen a lot fast. I grew up in a broken home. I done grew up 5, 7 different lifestyles in one. I done lived in the slums of Chicago, the slums of Houston. I done lived in Chicago Heights with my granddaddy that owned a church. I done lived in the suburbs of Houston.
Yeah.
I done lived in Star Hope, foster home, not foster home, what's that shit called? Shelter.
Okay.
I lived Star Hope shelter for 2 years, sleeping on the floor with my mom. I seen a lot of other people's struggles and shit too.
Yeah.
So I guess like the creativity in my mind and finding the escape in my mind are always trying to have a special power of like, I'm the only person that could change my situation.
Yeah.
I'm the only person that can do something different to make my life different. I understood that as a child. Mm-hmm. Like I seen a lot of people hopes and dreams get shattered from them or put faith in, you know, just praying or asking for something but not actually doing the work or doing the actions to make these things come into fruition. And I also was always a person that like, I always never follow rules. I never wanted to follow the rules or follow the system or do what other people do. I always wanted to just do me. If people go left, I want to go right. Mm-hmm. If people go up, I want to go down. Like I never did, I don't drink alcohol. I never did like, I just do what I want to do. I never did what other people do. Mm-hmm. So I think that, and like music and like anime or like actions, like warriors. Mm-hmm. I always like warriors. I've always been inspired or
talking about warriors like the movie? Like
warriors in general.
Okay.
Conquerors.
Gotcha. Yeah.
From fictional warriors to non-fiction warriors, from the Napoleons to the Buffalo Soldiers to Goku and motherfucking me, Naruto.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I've always just like, I always believed that like, your brain has the capability of creating anything and matter that you want to make come into existence. You just have to harness the power in your brain and attract it to you in the universe. I just kind of like caught on to that shit young. Caught on young that like I can make what I want happen in the world. Yeah. If I just think of it first, and then I just start doing certain things to make it come, and I just constantly ask or constantly like put my brain energy into like manifesting something, having something like.
That's real.
I did that very, very young, like 5, 6 years old, 4 years old. Just using my charm or using my gift of gab, conversation, or just manipulating life.
Yeah. You almost learn alchemy at an early age.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like that power to be able to take that thought and make it anything. You know what I'm saying? Like when they say the ability to move mountains. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know, all of that. Like that's a whole nother level of mental capacity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was never really like into sports or like only sports I was ever into like combat sports, boxing and shit like so weapons.
Yeah.
Like traditional weapons though, like blades, katana, shurikens, bow staves, nunchucks, not like guns and shit. I got into that like later on and like, but yeah, I just always respected the art of war and being a soldier or a warrior and the creativity that you have to survive the most strenuous conditions to not only better your body and your skill set, but to survive the conditions that life give you and still not give up on the task that you have at hand or the goal that you have at hand, because you can have a goal just focus in this one lane in this one direction, but life is throwing you all of these different curveballs and shit that can easily veer you off into a whole different. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta stay dedicated and loyal to that path.
Nah, for sure. Discipline super important with that. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, like anything can, take you off your square. With all the trials and tribulations that you've been through in your life, what would you say is one of the biggest life lessons you've learned? I know it's a lot of them, but
the only thing consistent in life is change. It's the only thing that you can guarantee is going to happen no matter what. Is that things are going to change. Things are going to change for the better. Things are going to change for the worse. People are going to change on you that you thought would never change on you, never turn their back and leave on you. It's people that you never thought that you would have to deal with or do business with or trust or be around, and they might be the people that take you to a 6, 7, 8-figure individual or just give you some knowledge or information, critiquing yourself that would better yourself in a way that you would have never wanted to face or look at initially. And, thinking that you're gonna do the same thing over and over again and get a different result is the opposite of understanding that change is what's gonna happen in life. Because a lot of people do the same shit and thinking they're gonna get this new result or this new outcome because they're afraid of change or they don't want to change or they don't want to grow with change. And I feel that because I've always had the mentality to understand no matter how much like outside of the loyalty, of course, the loyalty of my group, my family, my record label, my regime. And even within that comes change. People change and life change. People have kids, jail, shit goes on. The way you want a person to be a part of what you have going on and be there and go through all the trials and tribulations with you, but the universe has their own journey set up for where they have to go through certain things before they can come back and do what we have to do together. And that's also something that takes a lot of maturity to understand and come to dealings with, but still, again, move forward and get the job done. And that don't matter if it come with a woman you love, it don't matter if it come with a job that you was foreign to, that you was accustomed to living your whole life and all your financials was based off of this particular job, and now you lost that job, and now you forced to deal with change. And I think out of everything in life that I've learned, once you learn and you fully understand that outside of the law of attraction, I think that's the most important lesson I learned. Because even when you learn the law of attraction and you learn how to use it, you still got to be able to understand the change.
That's real. That's real. Because to get to what you're trying to attract to, sometimes you gotta change to even get that, or to get that blessing, you know what I'm saying, that you've been asking for, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that also coincides with, you know, being in a comfort zone. And a lot of people, most people, don't like to step outside of their comfort zones, you know, and that's, you know, the biggest difference between successful people and people that's stagnant, or people that's wondering, like, why aren't I reaching these goals I want to reach? And it's normally because you're not willing to step outside your comfort zone, you know.
I mean, well, first of all, if any zone that you're in is comfortable, then that's not where you're supposed to be at anyway, because if you always comfortable, then you're never challenged.
Yeah, real.
If you're never challenged, then how are you growing?
Right.
Or how are you maintaining?
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to grow, you still have to maintenance. If you don't maintenance, then what comes? Filth, dirt.
Right.
After filth and dirt comes decay and loss. So if you're not a person that's willing to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, allow someone else to look at you and say, hey, you need to fix these things up about yourself, or you need to, you know, you're getting a little fat, you're getting out of shape, or you're getting a little lazy, you're not stretching your bones. People wait till they have arthritis, or they wait till they tear a ligament, or they can't walk, or they tendons in their body get all out of shape. Now you, this one day that you was playing with your nephew, or you was at the family cookout, and you thinking about your old heydays, you want to slap box, or you want to play basketball, and now you done pulled something and you in the hospital. Right. Because you procrastinating and making preservations off of who you were versus to who you are. Right. And I just always been a person that I don't agree with that. I always want to challenge myself. And if any time that I do slack or slow down on my challenges for myself, is because I'm trying not to be so selfish and always focus only on myself. Right. Because I'm a person that try to take care or lead or be there for other people. Yeah. But one of the things that I read in this book called Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill. Oh yeah. Is that the most successful people in the world are the most selfish people in the world. Because before you can take care of everyone else, you have to have an abundance in which you have taken care of yourself with first. Absolutely. How can you have a lot to give if you don't have a lot that you've kept for yourself? Right. You have to create abundance to give. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's almost similar to like when you get on the plane, the flight attendant, the first thing they tell you, when the mask drop, put your mask on first, then help the next person. Absolutely. Because if you scrambling, you struggling, trying to help somebody else, shit, both of y'all are going, you know what I'm saying, and drop. You might end up creating more confusion than you actually creating help. That's real. That's real. Aid. Man. You know, it's crazy because that just relates so much in business and everything, man. Like when you know what I'm saying, procrastinate on something, and now you gotta pay extra, or you gotta take 10 steps to go around. Right. You know, I like to say, man, I'm proactive, not reactive. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be preventative to something before, you know what I mean, something start hurting, or before something break down, and now we gotta fix it, and now we gotta pay double, or, you know what I'm saying, whether it's double in money or double in time. And time might be more valuable than money, realistically, because shit, you don't get that back, you know what I mean? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Man, if that ain't the realest thing ever. So man, we was talking to Sauce Gohan, and he was talking about you know, times in Chicago coming up, and he was telling us about, you know, like out there hustling, you know, when he was young, and like beating the buckets, you know what I'm saying, and being out there hustling, making money that way, man. Was you ever around for any of them experiences? Did you ever get down on the buckets? Nah, I was around when Gohan, I've been around Gohan his whole life, but like one of the first times that I was around him for like 2.5 years at a time, he was at like 5 and 6, 7, around that age. And like, again, around that time, my mom was heavy. all the way up until her passing, she had a heavy crack and heroin addiction. And then his father was fighting a heroin addiction a little bit at the time, but he ended up going, well, he didn't go to the penitentiary at that time. He was still free. So, but they was like, we all was like poor, like struggling like that, like, you know what I'm saying, living off of government aid, all that other shit, like just, you know what I'm saying? My mom was a dancer, all that shit. And like, a big thing in Chicago was like playing the buckets, you know what I'm saying, playing the drums, playing the drumsticks on the buckets. But then, you know, it'd be times where, you know, the weather bad or you can't go outside to go do that, and you know, you got our parents hustlers, you know, even though our parents was like addicts, they was hustlers too. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, you know, this back in the like 90s and well, this all the 90s right here we talking about. This ain't even early 2000s. This all like 90s.
Okay.
But you know, like during the 90s and like right before the early 2000s, like they would, the same drugs they sell was a social drug, they would do it too.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying, you might, I remember when like Gohan and my other little cousin, little relative, Deuce Fire, RP Deuce Fire campaign, they used to like take the sheetrock out the side of the wall and like hand they, you know, like in Chicago we got like basements or whatever. You got basements, and then you got the alleys, like the alleys, and then in between the houses you got breezeways.
I'm from Milwaukee, so the streets and everything,
it's the same
everything
shit.
set up the exact same way.
Man, these little badass, I caught these little badass niggas one time. I'm seeing them like digging in the wall and shit. So I'm like, why y'all steady digging in the wall? Like, what y'all doing? They is kids though. They're like, this time they like 7, finna be 8 type shit. They digging in the wall and shit. What the fuck y'all doing? What y'all doing? They ain't tell you, they hiding and shit, so boom, I'm up late at night. They think I'm asleep. We all downstairs in the basement. That's where we used to play like the Xbox. All we had was one little old regular Xbox or whatever. We all play, we'd get on the drums, play the drums shit together. And you know, it used to be like, you know, fiends or like customers would come knock on the side of my on the side of the breezeway. It's like a little window, little glass window, you know what I'm saying? You could slide it open. You know what I'm saying? You can stick your hand out there and serve.
Window, you go.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You see in Texas, that shit sound like some weird foreign shit. We don't got no shit like that in Texas.
And the basement be cold, like
basement be cold. Man, damp. I caught these little niggas standing on the chair, man, digging in their little sheetrock bag, sticking their arm out the window, serving fiends and taking $10s and $20 and shit, and then closing the window, running back to the room, acting like they don't know what the fuck happened. So one of the nights I'm sleeping, I'm watching them do this whole shit. I ain't never wake up and like, you know what I'm saying, act like I seen them doing it. And I told them like a day later, but I was just so mind-boggled and amazed by the fact that like, damn, like, this really the reality of my little relatives out here in Chicago. Like, I'm probably like 15, so 14, or well, like, well, this time, what this was. When it's about 7, 8. So now this a little bit after that, then this a little bit after when I did this year, because I was about 13, 14 when this shit happened. But yeah, man, them little badass niggas up in there hustling and shit, don't even know what the fuck they doing. Little kids, you know what I'm saying, just trying to get some money type shit, you know what I'm saying? So it was just crazy to see like, that's like people real reality in other places, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you hear about this shit, we do that shit in Texas, it's a little different, everybody hustle, but like in Chicago, like the hustle just way different. Like you'll have a lady, like they have a whole house paying rent, got 2-3 cars, and all she sells is cigarettes and cigars.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just because of people don't want to walk, you know what I'm saying, to the store to go get the cigars and shit.
The store could be on the corner too, and the lady selling the cigarettes and the candy.
The store be right on the corner. That's what I'm saying. So like I'm not used to seeing this.
We
type
had that
of shit.
exact same. It's crazy that you saying that, because I'm remembering that in my neighborhood.
Like, you know what I'm saying, like when I go back and forth out there from like, Cause I went to elementary school in Chicago for like 3 or 4 years,
Okay.
like before Go Hunt, and then was like down there live type shit. Then I left, and I come back, and I leave, and I come back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like, but I would spend like years in Texas though.
Yeah.
But I'll come to Chicago for like 10 months. I'll come back.
Okay.
I'll come back for 2 years.
Yeah.
I'll come back for 2 years again. I'll come back, shit like that.
Okay. That sounds like how I grew up moving back and forth from Milwaukee and Memphis. And like all my family in Memphis, no family in Milwaukee really, except for me, my mom's brother. But like, I think it's something about like, you know, like when you from the North and you go and visit the South for the summer or for a year and you do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it changed our perspective on a lot of shit too.
Yeah.
'Cause, like where I'm from, you'll never see nobody like if a bull like a bullshit hustle, you'll maybe see somebody doing barely trying to get by with this shit. Is like maybe selling some cologne or some shit like that at the bus stop or some bullshit like that at the mall or some shit like that, selling a CD or something in Chicago. Like you'll see people selling on the side of the street. They got dishwashing detergent, dishwashing liquid, fabric softener, clothes washing detergent, bleach, like a whole layout of every single thing that you need for your house, just so you don't go to Walmart or don't go to the grocery store, the corner store, because for some people it's because it ain't safe, you know what I'm saying? Or it'll be the fucking motherfucker have pizza in the damn ice cream truck, like a motherfucking pull up selling pizza out of damn truck. I'm only used to seeing an ice cream truck pull up to your street.
Right.
Not you know what I'm saying? Like this is way before food trucks and all that existed. Even right now, food trucks not mobile. They don't drive around cooking food. They park somewhere and you pull up to a food truck. In Chicago, like
say that.
early 2000s, you know what I'm saying? Early 90s, motherfuckers putting up food truck right on your street. What you want, beef? What you want, fucking cheese?
Yeah.
They probably still doing that shit right now.
Yeah.
Pizza man put up ice cream, old school ice cream cone, the old school, like the real ice cream and shit, or like cereal,
frozen custard.
Motherfucker pull up with all the different shit from the grocery store. That's another thing too, like putting up with all the groceries from the grocery store, like in a van.
Yeah.
Like, or putting up with a van full of meat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in Texas, like you kind of just go get all that type of shit. I don't care how broke you is. Like that's some shit you go to the store for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the Midwest, like all of that is shit that people putting up and selling right then and there. Like however we can sell this to you.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers sell you whatever they can.
Cats that hit the Tyson chicken truck and
yeah, like you know what I'm saying? That was different for me back then.
That's funny. That's almost like boosting food. You know?
Yeah, right. Nah, for sure.
Word. When you dropped Too Legit to Quit It, did you like see the trajectory of, you know, like how you guys would be, you know what I'm saying, like moving and the influence, really the influence, because I feel like back then it was so early, but a lot of the influence and things that are, you know, now relevant in the game. And I mean, you know, you've said several times, and I'll even say it, like, I mean, you one of the first people I heard saying drip, and you know what I'm saying, really using that lingo, you know what I mean? But did you see it like being what it is today? You know what I mean?
I knew the sauce was gonna take over the world. I knew the sauce was gonna have the impact that it had. Like that's why we created it. Like that was the point of it. Like the whole. Again, I'm from a city that's known for having cliques or having legendary groups, legendary staples of organizations of men that came together and made some historical shit happen, and then the city got built off of what these people did. Screwed Up Clique, Rap A Lot, Swisher House, Suave House, Dope House, you know what I'm saying? What else? South Park Coalition, motherfucking Street Military, like these all different legendary rap groups or groups of people that come from Houston that like all got different important statements and staples and moments of Houston culture and Houston history that like made us, the makeup of us. Even UGK, they not from Houston, you know what I'm saying? They from Port Arthur. Pimp C and Bun B not from Houston, they from Port Arthur, but they might as well be from Houston the way we love them and embrace them, you know what I'm saying? The way that they love and represent Houston culture. But they from an hour and a half to almost 2 hours away type shit, you know what I'm saying? But all of those different groups, like people like created, you know what I'm saying, the history and the style of Texas. So for me, when I seen Texas fall off, you know what I'm saying, it's like being a fucking fan to your favorite sports team or your favorite fucking hero, LeBron James or somebody, he get injured or they were just close to winning a championship and then y'all lose and never go back to the playoffs. You gotta think, in 06, 05, 06, whenever that was, it was a year on the BET Awards when every superstar from Texas was the final performance at the BET Awards and at the Grammys too. Like Switch House was all at the Grammys. You had Paul Wilder, Kiki, Mike Jones, Slim Thug, everybody. Like this is some unbelievable shit. Slim come in there winning fucking Grammys and going 3, 4, 5 times platinum, diamond song going diamond. Like this is some unheard of shit to us. Like this is unbelievable. So to go that high and then it crash and to be nothing for like a 9-year stretch, you gotta think, instead of being like a lot of the other fans, a lot of other people that like, oh, I hate the tall t-shirt shit from Houston now, bro. That's lame. We ain't doing that no more. We ain't wearing diamond grills no more. We ain't riding swangles no more. Ooh, like, I don't want to say I'm coming down or know what I'm saying. I'm tired of that. I'm coming down there and shit. Instead of changing it and making it something new, but still having it in it. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of what you was talking about earlier when you was saying like people almost being like ashamed like of the culture.
And that's what happened though. Motherfuckers from Texas got ashamed of Texas culture. Like you can't pay a motherfucker from New York to do that. I don't give a fuck how you feel about my beef from Broccoli Timberlands and Word the Mother or any of that shit. I'm gonna forever fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So, but as a student of the game, I sat down with my twin and like we conspired. Like, okay, we already knew we got the talent. We already know we got the notoriety and the background in Houston, because that's what matters too in Houston. Like, in Houston, it matters a lot who you was before you was a rapper, or before you was an artist. Like, then you become an artist. That's the one thing I credit my city that's different than a lot of other places. Like, it's hard to blow up out of Houston. It's hard to have hometown support or hometown recognition in Houston where you can have the talent and you can blow up, but if your history don't align right or who you used to be around or people can't vouch for like certain things that you portray or certain shit you rap about, or you know what I'm saying, or certain type of money that you say you have. Like Houston is not a place that's gonna let you rap about having a certain type of money and you don't really have it. Cause they really have that money. Like people gonna really call you out about that. Certain places will like let you fake it till you make it, let you get there. You know what I'm saying? You young, you trying. Like Houston is not that. Like as soon as you come out and you say anything about being a certain type of way, Houston is gonna hold you accountable to that and expect to see you in that glory every single time, and they cannot wait for you to fall off.
Say they running their fact checks.
Like Houston is a big ass fashion show, big ass high school type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody think they famous here. Everybody knows somebody famous. Everybody cousin, uncle was somebody. Everybody that met so many celebrities come here for leisure, and that's the thing too. Throughout all the years that Houston wasn't having actual superstars and actual cultural pillars or gatekeepers, Houston was still a rich. Texas itself is just a rich market to come and make a bunch of money from and have a lot of fans and just come be involved in, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the hip hop or just the party community. Houston and Texas is a big party state, period.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Big entertainment state, period. Sports, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We got every type of team that you could think of. All the major cities here have all the major teams that you need, like, you know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, then it's a very diverse, a lot of different races. So me and my twin, we just looked at all the shit that Houston was missing. And it was like, okay, when we come out, we know can't nobody say nothing about our past, can't nobody say about how we getting money and what we do or what we been through. So okay, boom, we got that to the back. But what Houston need, we don't got our own lingo no more. We don't talk like, so we gonna come out and talk like us. But we still gonna sound like Texas niggas, Houston niggas, but we gonna say shit that only me and you say and make everybody else say what me and you say. You know what I'm saying? And that worked. At the time, like I was a part of like a legendary clique and gang known in Houston like for years called Mash Mode Monsters. Like you can Google it. It's like
I was about to ask you about that. Yeah.
Everybody.
Your name was AWalk.
My name was AWalk. Yeah. All of that. So when I was Mash Mode and AWalk, like I was big. I was a rapper then, whole career then, all that shit, bunch of street shit, got in trouble, went to jail, been on the news a couple times, whatever. Once me and my twin like kind of got a little older and like was like ready to move forward, we still the same niggas, but we kind of like, again, changed. Didn't necessarily see eye to eye with some of the people that we grew up with. We started making money different, doing different things than what they was doing, and they didn't necessarily agree to what we was on. So, you know what I'm saying, we just started dripping. We started calling each other the Ciabatta boys instead of saying the mash mouth shit, like we the Ciabatta boys. We got the bread, the butter, the cheese, the lettuce, you know what I'm saying? All we need is the bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was like our little thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, we popping our shit, popping at girls, popping pimping, trying to knock girls at different clubs, at different hotels. Like we just doing what we doing, and then like over time, like rhyme, that's what all the rhyming and saying the words back to back, like that's how we used to like get women attention or like get a girl to get out of pocket. It's like trying her hardest to not pay attention to you type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that was a sport. You know what I'm saying? It's like to break a woman's will and make her like engage in conversation with you when she's not supposed to do that. Cause she's supposed to be fucking with somebody else or focusing on dancing or stripping and making money. You know, I'm not up in here to spend money and throw money. I'm up here for whatever. You know why I'm out here on the street or whatever. So like during that time, one of the times we was popping at this girl, it's a crazy ass story. Me and my twin was popping at this girl. She was in a Benz. She put up an S550 Benz. It was her dude car. This dude named Candyman, little known dude from around here type shit. She was driving this car, whatever. We pulled up to the hotel. We was at the Red Roof Inn. We popping shit at her, whatever. And like she was ignoring us, but then she ended up start popping it back at us like hard, like a nigga. And that's like not common for a girl, cause she was from Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well,
so like she was popping
from the
it.
Memphis girls.
Yeah, like she started popping at us like a nigga, like boy. But she was like laughing at the shit we was saying, cause she thought it was cute. You know what I'm saying? We was young. We was like 18, 19 years old. She in her 20s or something, probably 30 or something.
Yeah.
You know, we popping our shit at her or whatever, and she like, boy, nobody kick it. We kept saying, we the Ciabatta boy, baby. You ain't got no bread over there. You know what I'm saying? She like, boy, nobody care about y'all little niggas having no money, cause we putting out our money and shit. We doing all the little shit. She, boy, nobody care about y'all having no money. Nobody care about that shit y'all talking about, boy. My daddy got money, boy. My daddy got plenty of money. You know what I'm saying? She's showing her kids and shit. I'm in the S550. We ain't even got no live cars. We got like we down there sharing a Cadillac at the time, or like, I don't know if I had my red Cadillac at the time. I think I did. I'm not sure, but Socha had a Cadillac for sure.
Yeah.
I think I did have my little red STS at the time, but we ain't had no shit that we wanted to show, like no shit to brag about, no shit like that. So you know what I'm saying? She popping her shit and she like, I don't care about y'all talking about y'all got. We like, yeah, we Texas boy, we got the toast, yeah, Ciabatta boy, ooh. And he probably, I don't care about that. My daddy got plenty of bread. You know what I'm saying? I'm an S550 beans, y'all ain't got no beans. Ooh. And then in the middle of that, I was just like, yeah, I see y'all got bread over there. Y'all see that's cool. Y'all having money, baby. But one thing about a sandwich though, what is the sandwich without the flavor though? What about the mayo though? What about the sauce though? Cause that bread over there looking a little stale though. You know what I'm saying? They're like old money. That old money over there looking a little stale though, baby. You ain't got no flavor on that sandwich over there though. You ain't got no sauce over there. Yeah. I got some bread over there, but do it taste good? And when my twin look at me, Sancho look at me, bitch, I don't know shit, but it was like a big ass light bulb came out the sky, bing, and she just loved it.
Yeah.
And then the whole conversation changed. She started laughing. Sauce? What you mean y'all got sauce?
Yeah.
What's that? What you? You know what I'm saying? You know, when she grinned, she in. So the conversation changed and got the number, and then it fuck her. When we went back to the room,
yeah,
we like, bitch, that's it. sauce, nigga. You said sauce. He's like, yeah, bitch, we got this. Sancho was like, bitch, yeah, bitch, we gotta get saucy on these niggas. So then he was like, oh, bitch, saucy.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's just drip. Oh, bitch, the supposed to splat. So now we think like, oh, we gonna put this in our music. We the Ciabatta boys, we finna rap about this shit, like, and then that's where, and I, like, it just kept coming, like, more shit, just, and like, we implemented in our life, and it's happening, like, and then one day we were just riding the car, and the people, like, was already fucking with us. I did this thing, well, we both did it. We did this thing called 30 Days of Sauce on Instagram, like, cause I ended up going to jail for like 3 years, 3.5, like 2.5, 3 years. And I got out. I was gone for 3 years, but like 6 months of the time I was like in the halfway house though. Okay. So it's kind of like being in and out type shit, but I was still out there because I ran away from the halfway house. I had to go back to jail. So
the dad has on there?
yeah, dumb shit, young, stupid. So my twin was like while I was gone, he was holding shit down, like, you know what I'm saying, repping the sauce and doing the shit, but I went to jail before Instagram came out. We was on like MySpace and like Twitter and shit. So now I come out of jail, Instagram is out. And my twin, like, bro, this Instagram shit live. Really my baby mama, like my bitch, one of my bitches at the time, she put me on Instagram, but then my twin like confirmed this shit. Sancho was like, nah, bitch, like this what we can really like do our shit. Like, bitch, we gonna blow up on this motherfucker. Like, bitch, I went to jail at like 20, you know what I'm saying? Came out at 23. So it was like, he like, bitch, we gonna blow up on this hoe. Like, we just gotta drip that sauce on this bitch. Like, we gonna pop our shit on this. And then I come home, he got jewelry, like he better. Like, he got Gucci, jewelry. I've been gone for 3 years. Like, he been really popping this shit, dripping. He been dripping. So I come home, he got girls all around, money. He got like 3 apartments. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of my little nigga. Like, I was having a certain type of money before I went to jail. Like, I was already kind of like, I was always like exceptional. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of like knew how to do shit. But like right after when the sauce shit happened, when the sauce shit came to us, like we started making crazy money. Like just hustling and doing the shit we was doing. We just had a different type of confidence. You know what I'm saying? We was going out just doing that, but we was still kind of involved in certain shit, so I ended up going to jail. I come out from jail, now we just straight fat. We straight dripping, you know what I'm saying? There's no more, like, we ain't dealing with no gang banging shit, no more beats from like childhood. Cause like even, you know, when you try to like, you never could stop banging, but like you could try to like, okay, like, I ain't gonna be on no acting shit. I'll let a nigga make it when I see him or whatever, but a motherfucker still wanna get at you though. Right. And it ain't no such thing as you ain't letting it go, cause nigga, he still fucked up with you. He still got his vendetta with you. I don't care that you in the club and y'all popping and wanna do this other shit, nigga. I still got beef with you from this other shit. And I ain't letting that go. So we had to go through all of those motions and get past that, and then like once I came home, like now we can just straight do this. So when I come home, it's like, we having money, we doing this, and now we finna rap about it. And then we start rapping about it. It started working, and we did the 30 Days of Sauce on Instagram, cause I was like, now I'm seeing like the reaction people get off of how we dress and like captions and putting the hashtag, like changing my name. Sauce, people, that's what we changed. My rap name was A-Walker, and they used to call me Skywalker. I changed my name to Sauce Walker. And my twin Sancho changed his name to Sancho Saucy. So like, now I'm Sauce Walker, he's Sancho Saucy. Be like, damn, bitch. He made up the group name Sauce Twins though. That was Sancho idea. You know what I'm saying? I ain't make that up. He made that up. One day we was in the car. He was just like, bitch, I got a name for us, nigga. I'm telling you, bro. We come out like this, nigga. We gonna be bigger than the motherfucking Kid and Play, nigga. We gonna be like the Beatles. Like we gonna be like, nigga. We gonna be the biggest group in the world. I like, what, bitch? He like, the Sauce Twins. I was like, damn. Yeah, bitch, that dude, cause this before we was saying twin, like this what make us start saying twin. Cause we, you know what I'm saying, we just like each other, we been together our whole life doing everything that each other do. But like, when the Sauce shit, it just started coming into fruition and making sense, and we like, okay, yeah, we the Ciabatta boys and the Sauce is a part of that, but we need names that match the Ciabatta boys. Fuck our old rap names, like, his name was Bullet, I was AWOL, he like, nah, Sauce Walk, he like, bitch, Sauce. Like, okay. I ain't taking a walk off my name. I'm gonna be Sauce Walker. I am the sauce. I made up the sauce. I'm walking sauce. Like I am sauce go. I'm walking the sauce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My name is Walka, so like boom. And Sancho was just like a name that like the Mexican girl had gave Sancho, one of Sancho bitches at the time, told him that like the Sancho stands for the other man or the other guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, my Spanish boy in the bed, like you absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? So like for the lifestyle we was living and all the girls we had, like it was like a funny joke that she had, like the girls would get together and be like, he's the Sancho. You're a Sancho.
Yeah.
All you want to do is be with all so many girls. You're a Sancho. And then like I loved it. And then we both like, bitch, he's like, yeah, nigga, I'm Sancho. That's my name.
Yeah.
And then Sancho Saucy. You know what I'm saying? They just came together. So boom. So now that we have that, and that makes sense, it's like, okay, now we gonna go 30 days straight on Instagram wearing different outfits from money that we making off of dripping. And we gonna put a different caption every day on Instagram, like a different, you know what I'm saying, name.
Yeah.
So one day I'm Spiliato DiCaprio. Next day I'm Brad Drip.
Yeah.
Next day I'm Drip Zell Washington.
Yeah.
Next day I'm Sauce Woods.
And that's like a Houston thing, like where y'all like come with all them different names. I mean, Killer Calion got about 100 different names.
Right,
right. You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah, well, Houston has always been a place where we talk slick and, you know what I'm saying, players, you know, this is the home of the players and pimps. It's always been that. You know what I'm saying? I just harnessed it, that shit, and made it like the main thing about Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know Houston is a city of players and a city of player pimp type niggas. But the main thing about us was sipping, drinking, being slowed up and chopped up and, you know what I'm saying, jewelry and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool, but I want to focus on like this part of us, you know what I'm saying? And then it was such a big thing for me to represent being a player and being a P-type nigga representing the drip, because a nigga come from so much violence and chaos bullshit. So it's like for me to switch that and be something that's still in the streets, but like I got a whole different level of like respect and peace and honor on me, because I'm like a real player now. And like, you know what I'm saying? No matter how tough you is, everybody respect a player. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are being a player is the best thing to be in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Besides being a genius, being smart in the streets is also a part of being a player. Understanding how to deal with situations and dealing with people. It's not just about women. You know what I'm saying?
Keeping your composure.
Keeping your composure, you know what I'm saying? Being a leader, being a successor, being able to create player situations that make everybody else money around you. Doing player-made shit, creating a player-made situation where people and gangsters and players and scammers and hustlers and motherfuckers can all come together in the room and everybody put their bullshit aside for some money or some shit to get made. That's player shit outside of just, you know what I'm saying? It's deeper than just saying you a player.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Being able to keep the code and keep the honor amongst the, you know what I'm saying? And not letting that get outside, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, once we was able to like harness all of that, and then like, now we displaying it on social media and showing it, and we rapping about it, and we dressing a certain type of way, and we dressing different, and we putting these characters and these titles on it, you know what I'm saying? All these different, and it just start picking up, and then they came, obviously, like, you know what I'm saying, doing what we do, it come with it. When you popping that shit at a girl, you popping that shit at a bitch, you moving outside the side, you rhyming, and you know what I'm saying? So it just kind of went into the rapping. You know what I'm saying? The dripping and the pimping just start falling, and then it's like, oh, okay, this is sauce falling off of me. This is the drip, the flavor is falling off, and it's coming out my pores. Like, I'm, feel me? So now we just start moving with the rage. It just start coming. It just start falling out the sky like a fucking anointing or some shit.
Yeah,
and then,
it's like a whole essence.
It just became a religion for us. And other people started doing it. And women fell in love with it, and other people want to be a part of it. And then now you got TSF. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it was ill when you seen that clip of Gucci Mane in the club talking to that one reporter, and he breaking down to him, don't get lost in the sauce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And bro, like, what you mean don't get, you know what I'm saying?
I always say that splash shit, cause like I always been a fan of like Dipset, Jim Jones, and like Jim Jones and Joel Santana had a song come out a long time ago. They was like splash and splash. So like on one of my old Mash Mouth music videos, it's on YouTube. We was like all a bunch of bloods out there. I forget the name of the song on YouTube, Mash Mouth, Sauce Walker. Just Google it up. But I was like, I'm hotter than Jermaine. What I said? I'm hotter than Jermaine pouring liquor. Oh yeah, I'm hotter than Jermaine screaming money ain't a thing with the roof chopped off, pouring liquor on the dang, splash. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm hotter than Jermaine saying money not a thing with the roof chopped off, pouring liquor on the dang, splash. Now I used to always like say splash and shit.
Yeah.
That was one of my old ad-libs from like back then from me just being a fan of Jim Jones.
Wow.
And her. So like when the South shit came around, and that was one of the first things my twin had brought up to me, like, bitch, you already be saying splash, we gonna sausage splash, bitch, we gonna splash. We gonna spill for it, splash and spill for it.
Yeah.
Like that would be stuff my twin said. So then like, it was crazy. And then like we had met OG used to be in Houston a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He used to be in Houston like doing top and ball and pimping and shit, like doing top and ball and off of West Palmer at the Red Roof Inn, or he'll be like on Bissonnette or like Will Chris, like Double D used to be in Houston a lot.
RIP OG Double D.
Yeah, RIP Double D, OG Double D. And he used to love me and my twin, like, you know what I'm saying? We used to pop it at him every time we seen him.
And he one of them cats, he got that crazy voice.
He used to pop it too, you know what I'm saying? That's what he loved about a nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? We used to pop it there, bro, every time we see him. Yeah, hey, OG Double, you in trouble, man, you know what I'm saying? Them Ciabatta boys gonna bubble, man, you know what I'm saying? You know the twins coming to double. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? The kid that did, I go, whoa, man, touch your sauce, you get that bitch that never lost me. Like, you know, so we used to be just going crazy with this shit, crazy. So, like, it was wild, you know what I'm saying, to see Gucci Man say this, the sauce in the interview and shit too, like after the fact. I was like, damn, okay, this shit real, like, this how the world where, like, this people just started to pick up on it, like, people saying sauce. Like, hold on, like, okay, we gotta really take this rap shit, like, serious, like, we need to do this shit, bitch, like, we need to take this shit serious, bro.
And that was an interesting time because, you know, kind of going off of some of the other stuff we was talking about, like, that was the point in time when, like, stuff was really going viral. You know what I mean?
Real viral. The original viral.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like that was that time, like, I mean, when the algorithm was really the algorithm too.
The Vine days and the early Instagram days and
all that dub smash and all that,
Snapchat.
No, for sure. So y'all always had dope artwork too, very interesting artwork. You know what I'm saying? Like very, you know what I'm saying, animated, based or anime, you know what I'm saying, inspired. Who came up with that, or how did y'all come up with, you know, doing that?
That's me, like, you know what I'm saying, really my brother and just trusting in me and my record label, just trusting in my vision that, like, again, like I was saying earlier, that's why I go back to, it be sounding crazy and wild when I'm talking about it in the beginning, but then you come later on and you ask questions like that, and I go back to, like, I try to make everybody superheroes. I try to make everybody superhumans. I try to make everybody have immortal power about themselves. And one of the best ways to be immortalized is to be illustrated. You know what I'm saying? And to be drawn in an exaggerated form of yourself that could be appreciated as art, but it's still looked at as realism. If a person draw Muhammad Ali on a muscular bumblebee, stinging a boxing bag, that still has realistic reality meaning to it, because that's the man that flew like a butterfly and stung like a bee. Right. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like my brain would always work different. I never looked at a car like a car is a big machine that a person sit in it and you turn the key on and it drive. I look at a car like that's 40,000 or 20,000 or 15,000 parts, 15,000 different compartments that have all been engineered and put together in a molecular structure that to drive and to propel forward. But even with all of that machinery, with the four wheels and the axles and the engine and all the circuits and everything that's in the car, if that car doesn't have gasoline, it won't work. If that car doesn't have air in one tire, it won't work. If that car does not have an operator to drive that car, it won't work. So even though you have this amazing item or this amazing machinery or this amazing talent, this amazing gift, without teamwork or fellowship or other people assisting this great thing, it cannot reach its full potential. I always look at everything like that. There's just been something weird about me. So it's like, okay, I always thought with the album covers, like, okay, as the team, if we all become superhuman individuals through music and through the achievements that we able to accomplish in real life, but we can show that through illustration, because you see social media is a place where you get oversaturated with how people look and who people are every day. If you follow somebody, you're gonna see this person all the time. But the imaginations of seeing somebody like Superman, Super Mario, or Spider-Man, or Black Panther, but still being themselves, like that's just something that it lives forever, like the McDonald's M logo. It's branding. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You branding yourself in a way that's larger than life. Because life is only what the three-dimensional eye can see. You know what I'm saying? When you making yourself 2D, 4D, you know what I'm saying? Just different versions of yourself that, just like when you go to a motherfucking amusement park, people sit here for hours and hours and pay a top dollar to get a picture drawn of themselves. Yeah. To see themselves in a different perspective. Yeah, true. You know what I'm saying? And I just looked at that like, okay, this is an advantage, but it's also something that keep us young. It's also something that we can have a full range of creativity of how we want to display ourselves to the public, you know what I'm saying? Because it's an art form, and which music is an art form anyway. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? We have a limitless range of capabilities of what we want to put on this cover, and we not only attracting people of our age group, we attracting the youth, we attracting the next generation, we attracting people that's not too mature, or too stuck up, or don't appreciate art, or don't appreciate color because they struggling or they going through whatever anger or adult shit in their life that make them not appreciate art, or they never gave a fuck about art. Yeah. We skipping past those people because at one point in time you did like art and you colored the book before. You know what I'm saying? So now that I feel like we've done so much of that, and I've done a lot of it, now I'm ready to transcend and start doing like real photo shoot, real album covers, because I've already established myself as a superhero and a superhuman to people. Yeah. So,
you know, it's interesting because in a tradition, like from a traditional marketing standpoint, what you guys did went against the grain for what, you know, like I said, in a traditional sense, because as new artists, you would be told you need to show your face. People need to know what you look like, you know what I mean? But then you guys were dropping projects, and even me, like I would, see the covers, and then I'm like, all right, one of these next covers about to be different. And then it's like every single
to my guns.
Last one. And that's genius branding, because I mean, you stuck with it, and then and now people truly know it for that. And when they see that cover,
it's appreciated. Yeah, it has a cult fan base to it.
Absolutely. To
people
where
got
even
that shit tattooed on them, got this shit painted, and art's all on their wall.
Yeah.
People, man, if I could tell you how many people paint me and draw me and my friends and like build their whole life off of drawing art of us and setting it and getting it autographed. Like I've met all different type of people in walks of life that just appreciate TSL for that only. Yeah. The fact that how much we involved in art and fashion and, you know what I'm saying, just expression, artistic expression. But the music also matches that energy as well, because we make ecstatic music, exciting music, you know what I'm saying, music with a lot of energy and a lot of velocity. But now I'm making music with a lot of substance and a lot of nourishment, knowledge, pain, life lessons. Yeah. And that's also something that gets expressed through art as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Is there ever, or has there ever been a fear that, you know, like this will go over people's head, or that people won't, you know, take you as serious or take the message as serious because of, the art, or, you know what I'm saying? Or even, you know what I mean, like you being, just animated and, you know what I mean, put almost like in that Busta Rhymes category as somebody who has like such a polarizing, personality. Had you ever feared that, those things would kind of hinder you?
No, because Busta Rhymes still here. And a lot of them other rappers that was serious and stiff and tough and rough or whatever they was not here right now.
Yeah, real
They
spill.
can't get a song from Chris Brown. They can't do a song with Janet Jackson. They can't be the main honored artist and 50-year hip hop legend recipient at the award ceremony versus to being a sideline legend because he was bigger than rap. He was bigger than the streets. He was bigger than he was somebody to be inspired by as an entity more or less than just a musician.
Yeah.
And no matter how much I love music or how good I am at music, I'm more than music. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I also never been afraid of that because I don't give a fuck. Like,
Nah, and the respect, I mean.
The main thing in the world that cripples men and that weakens men's pride or that slows or hinders a man down is women. The things that most men hustle and work hard for is to take care of or to fuck off with women. I got more power and control over the most sought out item on earth to a man, which I appreciate it, but there's nothing to me.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I love and appreciate and adore a woman could never break me or make me. A woman could never, I'ma always have power over women. Women will never have power over me.
Yeah.
Even if I choose to indulge and have fun or do whatever, like, I'm a god to women.
Yeah.
Regardless of a motherfucker want to realize it, accept it or not. Regardless if they hate it, can't stand it. Every woman that watching this, I hate him, he fuck him. Who the fuck Sauce Walka think he is? This ugly ass nigga, this nigga crazy ass nigga, wild ass nigga, ooh, all that shit.
That narcissist.
Then meet me in person, narcissist. It's a narcissist. Meet me in person. Oh my God, you're so cute, you're so handsome. Why you act like that? So no, cause that really do make sense because I thought about that and da-da-da-da. And then here it is, all these other niggas in their phone begging and, you know what I'm saying? Stressing and crying and,
Yeah.
and then you get to me and wanna be tough or hate or this nigga lame. When you crying over a bitch that got 8 niggas and pregnant by a whole nother nigga and you raising her kid that ain't yours.
Yeah.
With no disrespect to you, but you can't call nobody lame.
I mean, you know that.
But no disrespect to, because you know what I'm saying, the world needs fathers and fathers need to be in this world and I respect every man to do that. Don't, let me just, for the record. But I just wanted to get this understood and clear.
Real spill.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have that insecurity amongst men. I don't have that insecurity amongst women. Like, motherfuckers think I'm fucking crazy as fuck. I ain't never met a bitch that look better than me. You know, I'm gonna tell the bitch that as soon as I meet her, I don't give a fuck if she look like, I don't know, Cleopatra, Princess Diana. I ain't met a bitch that look better than me.
Yeah. I mean, cats put the pussy on the pedestal, and you know they
get put in the dirt.
They get to doing anything for it. I just saw a meme today that had a guy on one side of the mountain, and then it had like this big ass like dip, a big pit, and in that pit it said women, and then on the other side of the mountain was success, and you know what I'm saying, all that.
I reposted that.
Yeah. Like,
I'm a Mario character. I'm the type of motherfucker that I run, I see that pit, jump down the pit and jump off the top of the cat head.
Yeah.
The little cat head. That how like a fucking trampoline, bounce right up off her shit, boing, and go right to the money.
Yeah.
See, they don't know how to do that. They go down there and they fall down there and they stay down there.
Yeah.
I jump off her head boing, bounce right back up like Donkey Kong into the money, into success. You know what I'm saying? So that just gives me a different level of confidence and a different level of motivation and dignity to like, I could be in a room with a nigga that's a billionaire, a millionaire, a nigga that's a bigger rapper than me, a nigga that's a bigger whatever, and I can post them, salute them, show them love. Like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. You can have $100 million and 2 championship rings. You probably got to spend 30% of that money or 20% of that money to have beautiful women in your life and to have fun with it the way you want to.
Yeah.
I only got to spend money on that type of shit because I'm representing my company, I'm representing my label, I'm representing the rapper side of being Sauce Walka. It's a part of my business. But like, I came in like getting spoiled by women my whole life. I've been spoiled by women my whole life. So,
man of leisure.
Yeah, I've had the leisure and the blessing of women liking me and spoiling me and believing in the nigga and shit.
Yeah, word. Now, man, you know, we were talking about respect earlier, and you've been getting a lot of respect from, you know, your peers and you know, your rap peers. I just saw you in Philly at the Gilly Fest, and that freestyle went crazy with you, Meek, and G Herbo.
Shout out to Meek, man. Shout out to Meek. Bringing that real shit back.
Yeah. And then you really freestyle, like really off the dome with it.
I'm a freestyle out the dome. Again, disclaimer for anybody that's ever watching this and know about Sauce Walka, I don't write raps, bro. I hate to write raps. Like, I don't got time to memorize a song. Like, if a person told me right now, Sauce Walka rap every word to Ghetto Gospel 1, perfect, first try, you can't fuck up one word, you get $1 million today, I'm gonna fuck up.
What?
I'm just being all the way real with you.
I might be able to rap the first Ghetto Gospel better than you, bro.
For sure you can. I'm telling you can. 1, 2, and 3.
Wow.
For number one, I recorded my first song in the studio at 6 years old, bro. I've been rapping since I was 3 years old, recorded my first song at 6. I've been writing music, composing music since 6, and I stopped writing music at 15, and I never wrote, well, maybe 16 or something, 16, 17, something like that. One of those ages. I'm bad with like time, years, and dates and shit, whatever it was. But it was way before I was an adult. And I never wrote a rap again.
Yeah. Was that influenced off hearing that Jay-Z wasn't writing his raps and then hearing that Wayne wasn't writing his raps? Was it kind of on that tip, or was it just something that just naturally you just kind of evolved into?
Hell no. For me, I just always been a phenom at rapping for number one. Houston, Texas culture is freestyling, rapping first. Yeah. Our first immediate go-to.
told us I'm a freestyle king, not a freestyle pro.
For sure. Like, from way before you think about rapping and writing a serious song, when you from Houston, Texas culture, freestyling is number one. Every single person in Houston has every person in Texas has the free I'm coming down freestyle package. Any person that can't rap for shit and will never try to be a rapper, they say, I'ma come down, I'm gonna shine, pull up on the scene, know I'm gonna grind, shout out one time, I'ma come through, Nikes on my shoes, Jordan red and blue. Anybody can say some bullshit, like I just said, some regular, just novice bullshit. Like, any person from Texas can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a pastime that we did growing up. But when it came to rapping seriously, like, for people that don't know, I rapped the ghetto gospel style way before the dripping and the pimping came into my life. That shit didn't come till I became an adult. So the original way I rap was like the Houston shit and the struggle. You know what I'm saying? The struggle coming from nothing. So writing them songs about this shit, and then really going through this shit, and then having to sit down for hours and hours and think. I hated that process. I've always hated that process. It was just something that I was so good at doing, and I knew to perfect it and to be the best at it, I had to go through those 10,000 hours of doing it before I knew what 10,000 hours meant. But like, soon as I started like recording on like, what's that shit, Acid Pro.
Okay, yeah.
As soon as I started recording on Acid Pro, I started writing. Like probably like whatever was the second, third version of Acid, and motherfuckers start coming with Fruity Loops and all that shit. And like we can go buy a bullshit computer or go to your partner house and record and all that. Now it's like just right here, and I like, you know, then the world just changed the phones. Right. Nigga hated keeping up with pads. Like I'm born 1990, so I come from that whole era of writing raps and having a journal and having 3 different journals and all that shit. Like that shit was annoying. Yeah. And going to jail and papers and fuck all that shit. Like I just never wanted to do that. That's why like in jail, I never wrote raps in jail. Like I would freestyle in jail. I try to remember some shit, but I see other niggas rap. It's just something in me, but just won't let me do it. And I probably would make even more deep depth music if I took time to write, but I'm just not finna remember no fucking rap, bro. Yeah. I just can't do it. It's too many raps. I rap too much to be remembering the rap. So when it comes to being put on camera, being put on spot or freestyling for Sway or Funk Flex or any of that shit, I'm finna freestyle that shit. It is what it is, and it depending on the mood I am in. You might get a ghetto gospel freestyle. Yeah. You might get a stunting ass freestyle, dripping and getting money. It depends on what the beat is and how I'm feeling. But there's levels to it. If I wanna freestyle like a battle rap level punchlines and shit, I just gotta be in the mood and wanna do it. But I can do that easy because I used to battle rap too. I done did every form of rapping. Yeah.
I mean, the stories that you telling though are so intricate, man. It's like so hard to believe that you freestyling that because some of these stories are movies.
They're movies, they are.
You know what I mean?
That's why.
Brother's Story, is that the name of that song that's on Ghetto Gospel 3?
Brother's Story.
Bruh, that is a movie. I mean, the way that you broke down that story about the 2 homies, one of the homies kind of leading the little homie the wrong way. The little homie don't know because he gullible. And then the chick set him up. I mean, bro, that story is so intricate. Like I could literally see every piece of that story. And you freestyling that.
Freestyling. Every single one of those songs, freestyle. Wow. That's the point. That's the point of like me telling you in the beginning of like in most interviews why I stress like what I've been through, cause everybody be like trying to like figure me out like a puzzle or like get it to my brain like why is Sauce Walka like this? Like my interviews will always be different than the average interviews you see. People fuck what I'm saying, the questions that people ask me. See what I'm saying? Motherfuckers going like how and why and what was this and what was that, which is understandable, but the point of what I'm saying is that my brain just circuited to a way to where it's like every experience I went through in life is just constantly like photographic memory, just always in my head. Like I remember everything that I've been through. I seen somebody else go through. You know what I'm saying? How many times the pain it made me feel, or how many times I was let down, or like expectations I had, or you know what I'm saying, just whatever. So it's like when you like I didn't grow up. I grew up maybe like 16 years of my, or 15 or 14 years of my 20. My mama died when I was 26 or 25. I probably only was around her for 7 years, 6 years, spread out.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of that mothering and, you know what I'm saying, consoling and all that other shit, I missed that. My grandmama died when I was 6. You know what I'm saying? Like I missed all of that compassionate shit. I missed it. I ain't get that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't have sisters. I'm an only child biologically. So again, when you going through trauma and all this other shit, and then you going through good shit too, and like you seeing good shit, glimpses here and there, you know what I'm saying, the good shit happening, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have no way to express it but music. You don't have no way to express it but write raps as a child, as a juvenile. It's like It's like having a journal or a diary. After a while, bro, you get tired of writing in the journal and the diary about what you're going through. Now you on some lame shit. You want to make a difference. Fuck steady writing about it, writing secrets and all that shit. But I've written and I've experienced and I've rapped and I've wrote poetry and I've been through this shit so many motherfucking times, and then it's constantly still going on in everyday life. Police brutality, niggas snitching, betrayal, backstabbing, fucked up women, fucked up niggas, fucked up parenting. All this shit is constantly still happening. It's nothing for me to go in the studio and fucking talk about that shit.
Right.
Like, how can I not talk about it when that's all I know? How can I not rap about it or make these deep, detailed, intricate stories about this shit if that's all I fucking know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Besides my escape of that shit, which is what I talked about earlier. Violence, martial arts, warriors, anime, superheroes, money, women.
Yeah.
Them the only outlets. Physical health or some shit, like working out.
Okay.
But that go back with the warrior shit and want to be a weapon, you know what I'm saying? You can't be out of shape and be fat or can't unagile and, you know what I'm saying, uncoordinated and can't fight to be a warrior, you know what I'm saying? So that come with their training, you know what I'm saying? Like outside of those things at different periods of time in my life, exploring and trying out all of those different things and absorbing that information and that energy and putting it into the makeup of me, the pain and all the suffering and, you know what I'm saying, not having my parents or grandparents. I've never had none of my grandparents in my life like that, none of them. But I've always like had little glimpses of little small, like my dad is Honduran. My dad 100% Honduran. My grandmama's, my mother's father, well, I mean, my father's mother spoke 100% Spanish, Honduran Spanish. She didn't even really speak English like that.
Yeah.
But I only got a few different moments of experiences with her like that. But she had a chronic alcohol addiction. She died to liver, whatever alcohol do to your liver.
Okay.
She died from liver cancer from alcohol and shit. So like
alcohol poisoning, I think.
Alcohol poisoning, like that's the exact cause of her death. And like she died in my in the living room of my granddad of her house in South Park and dead end where I'm from. And my dad came home and saying this shit like I'm in the car outside. I ain't going out to see it, but I was sitting in the car. I've seen just so much crazy shit. Yeah. Young, you know what I'm saying? And was lost so much young. So it's like it's easy for me to just close my eyes and just, you know what I'm saying, door opening, you feel the mist from the breeze, granny in the living room crying on her knees, son in the backyard shot till he bleed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You see, I just
really just paint that picture.
That was a freestyle. Yeah. Right there. Just right now.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Open up the door, feeling the breeze, granny in the kitchen, crying on the knees, son in the backyard, shot till he bleed. For somebody else, they gotta sit down and think real hard and write this shit. For me, that's just like remembering a Thursday, July 4th or sometime. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and some of this shit is not just shit that, majority of this shit is shit that I've been through, but even with women, like me rapping about women experiences, and like my mother was sexually abused by my granddad. Like I know so much fucked up shit, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, keeping it inside yourself, you're gonna go crazy. Which I'm already crazy. So it's like rapping about it it's not even second nature, it's first nature. Rapping about the struggle is first nature. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so easy to do it, and I do it so well, and I can't write it down. Like that's a part of annoying. That would drive me crazy trying to write that shit down and remember that shit. I don't want to remember it. I just want to express it and fit it and get it through and deliver it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I probably, my fans will get more memorable freestyle verses from me about like one of the type of rappers that freestyle, remember a verse and then I go to the microphone and sway it and you know what I'm saying? Because my verses would catastrophically trump other people's verses if I did take the time to remember that shit, but I'm just not gonna do that.
Man, you need to write some scripts, man.
Now that's what I should do.
Yo. I'm telling you.
That's what I really should do.
Yeah, because some of these songs, man, the stories is so intricate, man. You could write a whole series off of, you know.
I be trying to hold back sometimes, because sometimes the songs I be making be a little too long. I be getting like, I be the gave a person a 7-minute song.
Yeah, and folks getting so used to the 2.5, 3-minute songs now.
Yeah, they love it though.
Yeah.
Like, that's my, New York is my biggest market for hip hop, rap, you know what I'm saying? Lyrics, bars.
Yeah.
Shit show.
Word. Now, on the outside looking in, and I want to know if like your assessment on this, would you say that New Sauce City was sort of like that time when people really started to pay more attention, really started to...
Ghetto Gospel 1. Ghetto Gospel 1, Jay-Z, shout out to Jay-Z, shout out to Hov. Hov really helped my career, change my life. He did something for me that's, you know what I'm saying, it's priceless.
Right.
And I'm very appreciative for what Jay-Z did for me in my career. Me being an independent artist, me being a controversial artist, me being just Sauce Walka. And him stepping out and saying my song was his favorite song of 2018, because he dropped the title list with all of his favorite songs, and then he has a particular pick that's like the song, and he picked my song as the song of that year.
Yeah.
And it got so much publicity, so many write-ups. It was just such a significant moment. But the song Ghetto Gospel was already like catapulted 6.5, 4 million views at the time. Like, it was already, but again, like I said, I've been doing poetry and rapping about the struggle and pain and making albums like that. Like, I got a viral fucking poem that I did when I was like 16, 17. No, I wasn't 17, I was like 16, 15.
Okay.
16 on YouTube right now. You can look up on YouTube, Sauce Walka Before the Fame. I'm in like one of my uncle's house, you know what I'm saying, rapping the poem that I did or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was called My Brother, and it's like real deep. You know what I'm saying? Real prolific. And I've been doing that shit, so it's like I kind of held the Ghetto Gospel shit as a trump card, because when I got out of jail and I started making money off of dripping and sauce and girls and living the sauce life, I ain't want to rap about the struggle no more. I don't care how much good, because I come from a city where rapping about struggling is a genre too. Right. You got J-Dog, you got Zero, you got Scarface, you got Pimp C when he want to get in there, Trade the Truth, whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? We got a genre, we had a lane for struggle rap, you know what I'm saying? Pain, music. Yeah. That's like singing about that shit, like that shit been going on in Houston and Texas.
Real shit.
So, it's always been something that was a part of me, and it was really like, that was my initial direction outside of like rapping about the gangster shit. Like, a lot of people in Houston wasn't on that, like rapping about guns and shooting guns and all that other type of shit. Cause we younger generation, like it got less player, it got more street, you know what I'm saying? That just would come with life. But outside of us doing that, like we like some of the first people in Houston to put guns in videos in Texas, like that shit was like unheard of. Like a real rapper from Houston flashing guns and showing guns in the video, like we was doing that young. It was dumb shit, but like, you know what I'm saying, just being young, being us. Yeah. But struggle rap always had a place in Houston. But when I changed my life coming out of jail, even though before I started pimping and like getting money and dripping and salt, that shit happened like right before I went to jail. Like right before the Trey Day shit. I was like 19, 18, 17 I started, but like 18, 19 I'm good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good, like I know what I'm doing. I go to jail though for the street shit, come out, now this is what we focus on, like we gonna do this shit. And when I got out, it kind of felt stupid and like lame, or like on some like forcing this shit to be trying to rap about all the bad shit a nigga went through, and I'm happy about being free. Right. I'm making money. Before I went to jail, I had a Cadillac STS. Now I'm in a CLS S550. That was like my first big Benz that I bought. You know what I'm saying? I saved up a little 40 bands. I spent like 15 bands on it down. This way back in 2013. I'm in a CLS S550, like that's big for a 23-year-old way back then. You got people that just not driving CLSs right now.
Yeah, for real. Nah, that's luxury shit. Like
then after that I had got an SS Coupe 550, SS Coupe 550. By the time I was like 24, 25, I was in that, still with the CLS and the BMW. So like, I'm dripping. I'm in the strip club. Niggas going in the strip club throwing ones. This was like when I was like, at this time, I would refuse to throw money in the club or like do any of that shit. Like that was like against everything I believed in.
Yeah.
So me going to, you gotta think the type of confidence and like the ego you get going into strip clubs and watching people throw 20 and 40,000, and you leaving the strip club, meeting up with a girl getting $5,000 and $10,000 from her.
Yeah.
You just watch this nigga in the strip club throw 50,000.
Right.
I'm a little young ass nigga who just look good and just got a good game plan, smell nice and dress nice. And I'm just asking people to give me money so I could be a rapper. But just give me a chance, believe in me.
Yeah.
And they doing that shit. They investing into a nigga and it was working. So it was like, why I want to rap about being sad and struggling and my mama on drugs, like, I ain't want to rap about that shit no more. I want to rap about what I was doing.
Yeah.
So, shit, salsa. Ooh-wee! Splash.
And speaking about rapping about, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, your lifestyle and what you was doing, I mean, your new single, OnlyFans, like that, you know, is tapping into like that whole world and
yeah, we corporate now. We went corporate with it now, you know what I'm saying? It's like Pimp C said, it went to the web.
Man,
so, you know,
pimping ain't dead, it just went to the website.
It's corporate, you know what I'm saying? We filing taxes and having LLCs and people and all this other shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, now it's like, the OnlyFans song is just like capturing the fun and the greatness of being able to make money off having fun with girls or having fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. You know, make a song about it and, you know what I'm saying, like showing the PG-13 version of like just having fun and living life and enjoying it, then being able to go cash a check off this shit. That's dope.
Yeah.
Like having your own Girls Gone Wild commercials.
Right.
I know that guy got plenty of money somewhere.
Oh man, that guy, he was eating like a fat rat.
You know what I'm saying? Off of straight infomercials. I know he got plenty of money somewhere. So, you know what I'm saying? It was just dope to make a song about it.
I went to college in Minnesota where a lot of like that Girls Gone Wild.
Frat parties, yeah.
So they was filming a lot of that stuff. They was coming to the campus filming a lot of that stuff back there.
I'm just a realist, bro. So like a lot of the things that I've either experienced or seen somebody else experience or that I personally did and been through, I'm a rap about it. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, I jumped on, I'm like, I might be the first rapper to be on it. I think I am, I just ain't trying to toot my horn, I don't know, but I'm probably the first like solidified rap artist to be on OnlyFans and make millions off of it too.
Yeah.
So like.
So that's true, you made 7 figures off OnlyFans?
Yeah, gross 8, made 7.
Wow.
Yeah, off of 4 years, but not just off of my account, off of owning multiple accounts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure, but
keeping it P.
You know, just popping it.
Hey.
Just dripping the sauce, man. Just dripping how I've been dripping.
Yeah.
You know, I'm crazy. I put my manager, I put a manager on there, 40-year-old lady. I don't give a damn. I'm monopolize this shit.
Hey,
I went crazy. Going back and forth between 4 to 8 different accounts, managing and each individual might have 3-4 accounts, you know what I'm saying? Like monopolizing it.
Yeah.
Managing it, coming up with like ideas and themes and viral strategies, the same way I come with viral strategies for my Instagram campaign, coming up with viral strategies for the OnlyFans shit, fetish shit, weird shit motherfuckers like, funny shit, being funny on there, just turning into money, then selling the promo. It's a whole nother thing, just getting into the whole promo thing of social media, selling promo, using the algorithm for money,
for sure,
for cash flow.
Being an influencer.
Influencer.
Yeah. No, that's real.
So I just, it just made sense to make a song about OnlyFans, and I didn't want to make a song about it like during the peak of it when everybody was like trying to make a song or like, cause they wasn't really doing that shit.
Right.
I'm really doing this shit and making millions of dollars off of this shit. Fuck making a song about OnlyFans at this time. I'm really the money. But then I got so caught up in that shit, I stopped being a rapper. So I had to remember, like, okay, I gotta go be a rapper again. So here we are.
Yeah. You said you was working 3 clubs, wasn't working
Never 3 pots.
Huh.
For sure. Red carpet legend.
Huh.
I've been on the red carpet my whole life.
Yeah.
It used to be a thing, whether to be on the concrete or the carpet. I played them all. I played the concrete, the carpet, the internet. I done everything in the world about this dripping.
Yeah.
But
and
none of that other shit made sense to me. I never followed the rules or nothing. Like I just did what I wanted to do, made my own way.
Mm-hmm. Word. And your Outrage Walker album was was really interesting. That was a dope project, whole different sound. And then it was interesting to even, like find out that your pops was a wrestler.
Yeah.
And being a huge wrestling fan.
That's like, now that's one of the things, like my daddy is like huge influence on like my camera presence, like me just not giving a fuck about being on camera. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my daddy been putting a camera in my face my whole life. Mm-hmm. Like that's the upside of my upbringing is my father, you know what I'm saying? My father, he always was there for me, or like, he never was rich. I had everything worked out for him, but my father was always a man and a leader and, you know what I'm saying, strict or like stern, try to teach the nigga shit. I never listened to him. I always like, I've been fucked up since I was a little boy. Yeah. But at the same time, like, I always respected my father and his work ethic. I always respected his tenacity to walk in a room and take over the room, no matter what room he stood in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My father, a big dude, 6'5", 350 pounds, big old swole, athlete ass dude. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He tried to go to the NFL, didn't work. Then he played in like the AFL for like season, got kicked out, that didn't work. Then he started being a wrestler and shit, that didn't work, but he had success in different moments, you know what I'm saying? But he was always just an independent wrestler. Like he never made it like WWF or like had toys on a t-shirt or video game. Like he never made no millions of dollars off this shit. Yeah. He never made no crazy money off of that shit. No real.
He was
money.
In the circuit with some of the wrestlers.
But he was known though.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like being a known battle rapper. Like you can be a known battle rapper and all the rappers know you and you can go to all the rapper events, but you're not a rich rapper like us.
Right. Or when we watch these sports podcasts and we hear about these cats talking about different niggas that was at the ABCD.
And he was a legend. Yeah. And he was this great athlete, but whatever worked out in his life to where he never made it to this stage. Right. Like even like a Sauce Walka, I never signed the record deal. I'm independent artist. I do what I want to do. So therefore I've been able to be like this underground folklore legend, but just because of how big of an entity I am and a big of a personality and a person I am, you can't deny my stardom. You can't deny my fame. But as far as like as a rapper, I'm not a signed rapper, a signed record label artist doing the shit that signed artists do. Yeah. I'm not on Jay Leno and Rolling Loud and at this festival and that festival. I'm kind of like how my daddy was. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the modified version of this shit, so I know how to be a millionaire. I know how to make money. I know how to do this. I know how to do it. I know how to not. And then my daddy didn't have the same internet and the same opportunities that I had. Right. If he had what I had, he probably would have did what I did too. Yeah. You feel me? It's a new world. It's a different age. You know what I'm saying? But my dad tried hard than a bitch. Right. He made his own federation. He made his own wrestling federation. My daddy tried to make his own black wrestling federation and shit. Yeah. And just, you know what I'm saying, it didn't work out. He couldn't get the funding and shit but he tried and like he knew all the like legendary wrestlers and shit knew him and knew of him or like he did like the furthest he got was like being like he was a part of the Nation of Domination, but he never like got no real matches. You know what I'm saying? Like
but
he'll walk out with him with the suit on.
To be rocking with Farouk.
Yeah, Farouk, D-Lo Brown, the Rock. The Rock kind of got some of his sauce with my dad. Yeah,
I can see that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like the shirts and the like. My pops was like a known wrestler like in that community for sure. You know what I'm saying? But he never like got where they was at. You know what I'm saying? So we never reaped the benefits of it. But I understood like stage presence and like talking on a microphone, recording, and
Yeah.
like editing videos, and like watching my dad edit videos and like record, or scream at a microphone and shit. Like
Yeah.
just be energetic,
Yeah.
be entertaining. Like I've always watched my dad do that, and I was always entertaining myself.
Right.
So it just like kind of mixed.
Yeah. And being a wrestler, like those guys, because I watched The Other Side of the Ring, the documentary showing like, you know, or The Dark Side of the Ring, I think is what it's called. But like they just show and talk about like how them cats was constantly like creating characters and, you know what I mean, always had to, you know, do stuff for the storyline or, you know what I mean, just whatever you have to do to keep it interesting.
The build up, the makeup, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You can't break character, making the storyline, making it make sense, and then throwing all these cliffhangers and curveballs and shit in it, just like gonna keep the crowd in tune and keep them waiting for a whole another 4 or 5 days until you air again.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
It wasn't like how it is now. We got instant gratification. We go to the internet and just Google and search up anything that you want to view.
Yeah.
It was a different time then, different world. So you know, me just watching bro go through all that shit, I was inspired too. But I never wanted to do what he did. I always wanted to do what I wanted to do. I never wanted to be like an athlete or entertaining through sport, through like wrestling and nothing like that.
Yeah.
I just always loved the streets and music and just loved the.
Yeah.
I guess I got thrown into poverty and struggle so young, and then different levels of it. Cause like I said, I was living in when I was born. I probably stayed in Houston for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and then my mama took me from my dad and ran to Chicago for like 3 years, 2-3 years. So I didn't come back till I was like 4 or 5.
Gotcha.
4 or some shit. Then I come back to Houston. You know what I'm saying? So like I just went through that. So like when I'm coming into like a mental understanding and shit, I'm already seeing shootings and dope fiends and drugs and Black Panthers, and I'm already seeing like all kind of just Chicago ass shit, like young, and then go back to my city, and then I'm seeing how Texas is and how this is. Then my mama come out here and she would dance and be in the strip clubs and shit. So now I'm like, I'm way off of 290 and 45 North and shit, like sitting in the back of the car waiting on my mama to come out the club and shit, like overnight, like waiting till 2 o'clock, getting there like 9 or 10, cause she ain't got nobody to babysit me and watch me. She hate my dad at the time, don't want to deal with his family, like typical nigga shit, typical black people shit, you know what I'm saying? Just from my perspective, it wasn't having a trouble with the father, it was having a trouble with the mom. You know what I'm saying? And then like when she get fed up with it and couldn't deal with it no more, she would just leave and be absent. So shit, you know. I just, you know.
Nah, I know how it is. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, and that's harsh to a certain degree. But when you done went through it and then dealt with that, then you know that's what it is, and you can't do nothing but come up out of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I meant on that tip. What else you working on, bro? Like, what else? What can we expect from you, man? Because it's interesting. Like, you haven't dropped the album this year, but your buzz is on a whole nother level. I mean, it feels like you're dropping an album every week.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like this year, I'm just trying to, you know, I got a funny joke with all my friends that we all say about me and say amongst each other. Like I usually only rap on the weekends. Like I'm usually like only a rap on the weekends type shit.
Right.
Like when I'm getting paid or I'm getting booked or something or whatever. But like, I'm just trying to step up to the plate as a CEO and as a leader for my record label, for all of my brothers that have given me their loyalty and believe in me and support my ideas and my ideals in this record label and in this lifestyle, this TSF and the sauce. And like, I got 50 artists signed to my record label that work hard and talented. It's from all different places all over the world, from Hiroshima, Japan to goddamn Cleveland, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, and the body can only do what the head does. a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So at the end of the day, if I'm the main link of the chain and I'm not providing the correct strength for the rest of the people that's attached to me to be as strong and be as big as they need to be, because I'm steady juggling 3 different lifestyles and they all committed into being a rap artist, and I'm doing so many different things.
Yeah.
I'm not really setting the stage and setting the platform for them to properly grow, and myself included. So it's like I just want to just finally just try it out, just take a full year or two of really like just focusing on like going to the rap events and like keeping my relationships tight with different people and different companies and showing up to these events and like, you know what I'm saying, socializing with artists and like, you know what I'm saying, just acting like a rapper. I usually just don't act like a rapper.
Word.
So now I'm just trying to act like a rapper, more or less than just a social media personality, trying not to like, I don't rant on Instagram as much as I used to. I really be wanting to rant all the time. I try to keep my personal opinion off the internet.
Yeah, don't get canceled, bro. Like you.
You know, I was doing all this shit before cancel culture existed, but I don't give a fuck about cancel culture. I'm above that kind of shit. Like, I'm fuck cancel culture. I can't be canceled. I'm not like one of those type of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the baby thought the same thing, bro. So.
Yeah, but I'm not a person, again, I'm already not doing these festivals.
Right.
I'm not missing no $300,000 show. If I do it and I get to that point, great.
Yeah.
But how can I miss something I never had? I made myself a millionaire without that shit, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't got no fucking endorsement by Nike.
Yeah.
I'm not with oodles and noodles.
Yeah.
I'm Sauce Walka. I got my own water with exotic pop.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I got my own clothing brand. I got my own record label, my own streaming service. Like,
yeah.
Only way I can get canceled, they got to take me off the internet, just in general.
Yeah.
Then I would just be something else.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't cancel the person. I don't need to rap to be rich. So I don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect it. I respect the banners. I respect people, but like, I rap for money.
Yeah.
I rap for Houston. I don't rap to like survive. I rap for like I rap for what it do for everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been hacked the code of life of how to make money, how to survive, how to be rich. I stopped rapping and got crazy rich in the middle of the COVID when everybody was broke and everybody was quiet and everybody wasn't spending no money and there wasn't no concerts, no shows, no touring. Everybody got to chill and hold on to your money. And I was living, everybody saying what I was doing, and I'm still doing it right now.
Running it up.
So,
yeah.
Like, I don't believe in the cancel shit, but I get it.
Right.
But I'll say whatever. I don't give a fuck. I choose not to say it because I respect people and the people respect me, but if I'm challenged or whatever, like, I just, you know.
Yeah.
I just believe in what I believe in. If you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? But I respect it. I understand that that's what's going on.
Yeah.
But, you know, my fans, I have a cult fan base. I have a core fan base. My fans are people that have like minds and like ideas as me. So like, anything I do, even if they may not agree with it, they gonna understand it.
Yeah.
And they gonna still come back and visit. I don't make music for the moment. I make timeless music. Majority, I don't care about making hits. You know what I'm saying? Even though I do and I can, but I make anthems, I make therapeutic music.
Yeah. People respect your bodies of work more than they'll just say this one hit or this one. Yeah.
Right. So, like,
yeah.
You know, there's people that do far worse than I do, and then I say they like have beaten the cancel curse thing. So
yeah.
I believe I'm one of those people that can do that.
Word.
I think I have done it. There's a lot of people that feel like I've been blackballed my whole career. That people feel like that.
It's like, shit, if you doing this, being blackballed, then shit, come on.
You know what I'm saying? Don't look like it to me.
Right.
I don't just, you know, I blame myself for a lot of the stuff going, because like, again, I don't be caring. I honestly don't be caring to rap. Like I should. it's kind of like I just use it. I just manipulate it for what it's for because I'm numb to it. I've been doing it so long. It's a different, like, you know how people are like, oh man, I love playing basketball. I've been playing basketball my whole life. I just love basketball. It's like the opposite of me. I've been rapping my whole life. I have a love for it, but I'm numb to it too. Like I grow tired of it. Or sometimes I don't rap for the love, like for the joy of, oh, I'm writing these bars and it just brings me so much joy that I'm overly talented at it to a point to where it's like, whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? I know what it's gonna sound like. I get more of a thrill off seeing what somebody else react to it than me doing it. Yeah. Versus then a person that getting like, it's not challenging to me no more. It's challenging to make more money from rap, not to be the best rapper. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha, yeah. Because to be the best rapper in today's age is not about the lyrical capacity that you have. It's about if you're gonna follow the rules the best. If you're gonna blend in the best or just go with the flow the best. Yeah. I'm a swim against the current type of guy. Right. But I respect what everybody do. That's for them. Yeah. Just for me.
Yeah, let them.
As long as we all rich at the end of the day and there, you know what I'm saying? I love that for them. I love everybody's success and the way that they do what they do. Yeah.
I mean, you can stay in your lane, you can do certain niches and be successful in that and be in your own pocket.
Yeah, all I care about is being rich. Yeah. And I do this shit to be rich, bro, and not go to the feds, not go to jail.
That's real.
Like, in real life, like, the few things, like, that I wanted to prove, even though, you know, it's never enough, but, like, once you get shit like Jay-Z say you this type of rapper, you got Swiss Beats and the freeways, the state properties, the G units, you know what I'm saying? Like all my real rap idols and people that I lyrically respect in some way, shape, or form have saluted me or have acknowledged my skill set. Yeah. And that right there was enough for me because if one of the greats say I'm one of the greats, then I'm a great.
Yeah, shit. What else needs to be said?
What else needs to be said?
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes, like I can go on and on and on.
I mean, Busta Rhymes holds you, in my career. He holds you at such high regard. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like these are the greatest rappers on earth, the greatest kings on earth in our culture. And they look at me as one of them and there's a pioneer and all of that. So, you know, those are my Grammys. Those are my Lifetime Achievement Awards. Like that shit to me mean more than a platinum song. Yeah. Or like doing a certain type of concert. Like when Boosie tell me I'm a GOAT or I'm this, I'm there, like that shit mean more to me than like, it mean a lot when the fans say it too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That means the world when the fans say it, but your fans are not your competitors and your peers. Right. They're the consumers, they're the audience. It's just like me, I'm a fan of anime, I'm a fan of cartoons, I'm a fan of those type of films. So in that moment, I have to get out of my high horse and my seat as being a superstar, and now I'm a fan and a student of learning how y'all making all these millions and getting these fans and making these stories, and you know what I'm saying, I have to be humbled in that art and follow what's, you know what I'm saying, learn or whatever. So like, it's the same difference between, with the artist shit, it's like once somebody that's of substantial magnitude respect my art form and I'm making money from it, it's like, shit, what more do I care about? I made money from it. Yeah. I made a lifestyle from it. Now it's time to do something else and be great at that or be just as great as something else too. Or, you know what I'm saying? I just want to buy shit. Yeah. Like my whole goal to all this shit is to buy shit that I never had before. And buy shit that I never had for all my partners and my friends, my family, and to see everything that we said bingo we have. This type of watch we have it, this type of car we have it, that kind of trip we going on it. Yeah. This type of house we live in it. Like that's what I rap for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But once that's done, it's like I ain't got the love in it no more. My love was to put people on that we on. Now I want to do some other shit. I just want to have fun. I just want to whatever. Yeah. And that kind of crippled me sometimes too, because also I always been a person that like, I want to bring everybody with me or the people that I set out to do it. So if I set out to come in the rap game with my twin as the Sauce Twins, and you know what I'm saying, we can't keep our heads straight because we in the streets or we doing dumb shit or whatever, and then I don't go work out or other shit, I say fuck rap and do other shit. Yeah. But now it just, it just makes sense, and it's just a good time. It's an important time. I've proven myself in every shape or form. Like, the Sauce Walka is just I'm an entity. I'm a star. I'm an item. I'm a household name, and no matter what I do, I could be a comedian. I could be an actor. I could be a rapper. I could OnlyFans. I could do interviews, podcasts. I could do most people see that I'm a person that could do any of that shit. Then okay, I'm beyond GOAT status. I proved that point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to rap in Spanish? I can rap in Spanish. You want to make reggaeton song? I could do that with you. Beat you at that. You want to make a Lambo song? I'll do that with you. You want to rap like that? You said on the Air Race Walker album, the different sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too. Like, I was like kind of one of the niggas that kind of like pioneered that whole kind of style of rap too. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like with the, how can I say, like when the Sauce Twins first came out, like we had a certain style of like auto-tune music and like melodic music with these crazy ad-libs over the auto-tune. Like, yeah, people maybe was using auto-tunes, but they wasn't saying these obscure, weird-ass noises. Oh, whoo, splash, whoa, hey, drill, shit. You know what I'm saying? True. Like, these just, what half of them noises I just made is not even real words, but my fans and people that know me, like, these are all the different significant ad-libs that people know. I
was to say, each ad-lib got a different feeling. It's
right.
and
so
folks know it.
When I came, it's like being on 2K. You know, you got a dribble, a dribble package on 2K. Like, you got all these different dribble moves that come with this particular skill set. Me and my twin brought a lot of that to the music industry when it didn't exist.
Yeah.
And we was doing it on the auto-tune and shit. But like, I got off that shit because I was against people. Like, I'm real stern in my ways about certain shit with rap when I'm trying to prove a certain point. So it'd be like, okay, I wanted people to understand that, like, the drip rap and the sauce rap that I'm doing, I'm really saying some live ass punchlines. I'm saying some throwed ass deep lyrical shit still, but it's through the sauce. And I'm saying some pop your head ass shit. So it's like, when I'm singing and doing the auto-tune shit with the singing, I feel like I wasn't getting that message across the same, because that was like really before that wave was so dominant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like how it is now. This was like before Uzi and Young Boy and, you know, all these the Yeats and everybody that's out right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, I done posted that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And this love, like, salute Young Boy, salute Uzi, like, they didn't post the videos and, like, you know what I'm saying, shown that they used to like listen to our shit and been inspired. Like, just like we was inspired by niggas before us, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole rapping my karate and the cartoons and the anime shit, like, I brought a lot of that shit to the rap industry.
Yeah.
And like with the whole rage style of music and beats and shit, like Travis too, like me and Travis, like I get it to Travis Scott too, like we kind of, that's really kind of lightweight some Houston shit that was kind of like brought to the game, and we don't really get all the credit for it. It's other people that like took it and did they shit with it too. But like rapping on them like video game sounds and techno video game type sounds and having them crazy ass ad-libs and melodic ad-libs with it, like, and then bringing a video game culture and subject matter into it.
Right.
That's kind of like the base birth of like rage music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Trippie Redd. And as you see, like, I got relationships with all these people, so obviously you see, you know what I'm saying? Like, RIP to my brother XXX Tentacion, like, I was one of his favorite rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we had the relationship we had, and I got the songs that I had with him and all that. Like,
and you even mentioned Travis Scott, and I mean, you know,
Travis, like,
I joked about the Texas Time.
I'm gonna give a motherfucker that credit.
Yeah.
Like, Travis one of them niggas. He one of them boys.
And
like,
he showed you hella respect, you know what I'm saying? Being a good joint. Like,
gotta be given, but with all that be said, like, if a person ever had a personal conversation with Travis and talked to Travis and knowing, like, when Travis was in school, when he was in high school and middle school, he was listening to Mash Mode.
Word.
Feel me?
Yeah.
Like, his music doesn't emulate or resemble Mash Mode at all. Like, but as far as like just being a popular high school rap group, successful, popping, like really, oh, they finna blow, it's finna happen, like giving that inspiration and motivation.
Yeah.
For sure, bro, got that out of the way. That's why I had that love from Travis outside of just being his brother and our other experiences in Houston. Like,
Yeah.
I can always get a song or a verse or go get in the studio, bro. He want me to be around, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I was one of them people that made him see, like back to doing school, like damn, I can really be a rapper and it work. Cause like that nigga A-Walk is like everybody want to be Marshmallow and A-Walk and them like them.
Yeah.
Like I've been famous in Houston. Like before Sauce Walka, I was famous before that.
Yeah.
I had a name, had a whole story, everybody knew.
Yeah. And who's the producer that did the whole Outrage Walker? Because I can never understand his name and his drop.
J-Red,
Okay.
Iceman Chamberlain, and Sauce Samurai.
Okay.
It's all of my producers.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
And again, like everybody that knows about TSF knows that about me. Like we have our own production team. I got 10 producers that signed to my record label. Mm-hmm. Of the 10 producers that's been signed to my record label, 5 of them been with me. Really since the beginning, almost the whole 10-year stretch, but at least 7 years. Yeah. 5 of them been with me for 7 years of the 10 years that we've been in the rap game. So like, even if, and I allow them to find new producers to add more different sounds or different styles or different cities and shit to our repertoire and production. But my producers are like real solid and real different. You know what I'm saying? They got a wide range of sounds and styles and creativities and melodies to pull from, and a lot of the shit we pull from is video games. Yeah. Like a lot of another thing that I was known for when I first came to rap game is making a beat and then reversing a whole beat and then making a song on the reverse beat and then dropping it. Like that was a big thing that we came out with. That like we kind of like started that. I don't know nobody else that was doing it. Like rapping on the actual reverse beat, like the beat that you love from your producer, while everybody jamming to it. Say, all right, stop that shit. Turn the thing on, push the button, reverse the whole beat. Now let's make the whole song on that. Fuck the first beat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. I used to do that a lot. You know, my whole record label, the whole TSF, me, Sancho, Rizzo, JP, Vucci, like we just was doing different shit. Sosa, man, we was doing like different styles of music that wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Made it like a cult, made it a culture, made it like a way of life, a sound. Yeah. So like that's kind of like what made the Outrage album so easy for me to make, and was so easy for me to get into the new space of where like that sound, because like I said, we stopped making that type of music for a while and just got on some straight dripping, pimping, gangster shit. Like I didn't want to be a test as an auto-tune rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of, and Sancho like used to hate me for that shit. Like my twin Sancho, like he always wanted to keep doing auto-tune and singing. Like he always wanted that to be a part of our music. Yeah. Years ago, we had made a legendary song called Why They Hating on the Sauce. And it was a singing song on auto-tunes, big song, everybody loved it. And we then made another song called Sauce-tacular. But we had a lot of different songs on like that was on that style, but these 2 particular songs, we shot music videos to them. And like you said, these years ago when real viral was real viral, so we dropping, Sauce-tacular was on World Star Hip Hop. It got like 5 million views on YouTube though, not fuck the World Star, got like 5 million views on YouTube. Yeah. Like back then when it's popular then, Why They Hating on the Sauce got like 2 or 3 million views, and like we got big. Like when I first met Money Man, he told me that shit. He like, man, why you don't sing no more? And I like, what you mean, bro? He like, nigga, yo, oh shit, nigga, I used to listen to that shit. Nigga, we used to be singing and shit. That shit used to be hard. Like, y'all got a whole different style when you sing, bro. Why you don't do that shit? And I was just like, man, I don't know. I ain't want to be no auto-tune rapper. Tripped out, you know what I'm saying? Years later, the whole rap game became nothing but singing. Singing, whether it's about pain or auto-tune shit or the Playboy Carter or whoever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
to where that became a true genre.
Yeah, that's a whole genre.
You know what I mean?
They took it to a whole different place that ain't got shit to do with me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause everybody added their own shit to it, you know what I'm saying? Different shit to it. Yeah. But, Yeah, I definitely feel like me and Travis are like some of the people that like issued in the foundations and the build up of like rage music and like how it sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
even Playboy Carter, when he first came out, one of his first big songs is Fetty when he was in Houston.
Yeah.
Fetty on Fetty on Fetty. Fetty on Reddit. That's a whole different rapper.
Yeah. That's real. Totally different than what he.
You know what I'm saying? And around then, we already popping. Sauce Walka, Travis Scott.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maxo Cream is Maxo Cream. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But everybody got their own shit. Everybody do their own thing. I just know it's a lot of different traits and styles from the TSF and the Sauce Twins that have been like implemented and like been inspired and has inspired other people. You know what I'm saying?
Word. So what's next? Because you haven't dropped a project in a while. Sauce Twins hasn't dropped a project in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like what's kind of like next rolling up?
Really what's next is I got 3 albums that I'm gonna release before the year end. I just want to put the first half of the year into getting everything prepared and done right. You know what I'm saying? Setting the stage, setting the platform, so when the music drop, it really hit as hard as I know it's gonna hit. I got an album called That Boy Then. You know what I'm saying? Back, cause you know, it's been a couple years since I dropped some fun music, some sauce music, you know, like right now, you know, women got niggas in the head, like the women got the niggas in the head, like in the rap game. All the music out right now is like women empowerment. Women breaking niggas tricks, niggas lame. So like I'm making like the male version of like nigga being that nigga again in music, you know what I'm saying? So I think people gonna really enjoy it when they get into it. And I got an album coming out with Danger from Griselda.
Okay.
That's the album that's highly anticipated, the Danger
Danger
album.
Crazy.
That's what all the lyrical shit, that's like it's called New South City 2. That's the sequel to New South City. It's gonna be New South City 2. That's why I say like, that was a continuation of the change in my career. It wasn't the change in my career, it was New South City, but me going to New York and getting involved with the culture and the people of New York, that was the extra push and pinnacle that I needed though.
Gotcha.
Because New York is my second biggest market.
Yeah.
Of all cities and all places in America, all regions. It's Texas and it's New York.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? But it was really next to just TSF, all the artists, you know what I'm saying, getting them bigger situations. Like now that all of my artists and everybody a part of my label has a catalog now, everybody in TSF has a catalog.
Yeah.
I'm willing for them to like, you know, start working with different labels or companies, distribution companies, you know what I'm saying, just getting big opportunities, more funding, more money, just more push, just helping niggas get their business straight.
Yeah. One common thing, I'm going to cut you off, but one common thing from some different conversations I've had with different artists that signed to you is that they've all echoed the sentiment that you've helped to, you know, put cats in position to be able to make money on their own
for the rest of their life.
For their brands to have strong foundations on their own.
Yeah, like what I teach to everybody is that you as a musician, you are Netflix. You are YouTube, you are whatever a streaming platform is. Whenever they turn off the lights at McDonald's, they're not making money for those 4, 5, 6 hours that people are off work and they re-cleaning and getting everything back together. Same thing for Walmart if they're not shipping product out. If the doors are not open, you know, certain places, if the doors are not open, you're not making money if the door is not open. With music, you always making money if you have ownership of your music, because you're a streamer. You're like a YouTuber. A lot of YouTubers and gamers have more money than rappers because they're making money 24 hours a day. You know about it. You a streamer
all day. Yeah.
So I just wanted to be a part of that. I wanted everybody around me to understand by owning that catalog, you make money 24 hours a day, except for only making money when you standing on stage. And it's a harder process, it's a harder task to achieve, but once you get minimal success of it, you making enough money to take care of yourself, at least for the rest of your life, or to a certain extent. You gotta think of people that live off of $3,000 in a welfare check or some shit like that, a disability check, $2,000, $3,000. You got people that sign making $10,000 and $15,000 off of their music every month for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? No matter if they do a concert or a feature, they can live in their living room and make money off of rap. And I feel like that's more powerful than anything, because when we all get 50 and 60 years old, we're gonna still be getting them checks. You might not be doing concerts.
That's real. That's real.
But just keep yourself business, man. Be on the lookout, man. You never know what you might see. You might see me up in the air, next to the moon, or a hot air balloon. You know what I'm saying? Might be on your TV, might be on your cell phone, might be on your video game console. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Right.
Just get on your knees, pray to the sauce Lord, and the flavor shall find you.
Hey, you got any shout outs before we get up out of here?
Shit, man. Shout out to the whole TSL business. Shout out to all my brothers. Shout out to the real ones. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the men that still stand on men principles and men morals and values. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the real. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the gods. Shout out to the individuals out there that want to be gods.
Get the ass over in the rented slingshot. What? If it